How to get started as a solo founder. Here are the 5 things that I focus on in the early days. First, define. Define the problem, define the solution, define the customer. Be specific. If you can't concisely say what each of those things are, then it shouldn't be surprising that you have some work to do. The mentality that I like to enter the definition stage is, imagine if every word in this definition cost me money. Well, I don't want to spend money, right? So, what are the least amount of words that I can use that express very clearly my problem, my solution, my customer? Next, validate. Validation is all about talking to people. Yes, you can send out surveys and yes, you can run ads and do these different things, but nothing is going to even come close to actually interviewing people, hearing what they have to say. These can be people that you already know through your network, or they can be people that you meet and engage with via LinkedIn or other social media. Next, quote. What do you need to invest, whether it's time, energy, cash, to build something that you can sell or at least start to get some use out of for the purposes of building case studies? Easiest way to do this, talk to development agencies. Explaining what you want to build and having them create a rough quote can be incredibly valuable, giving you direction on which path you need to take. Whether you can build it yourself, whether you can build it with friends in a small team, or whether you really need to raise some money and hire some people in order to get this off the ground. Next is creating and testing it. Now, in a perfect world, I would hope that you can actually get testing without spending money. Meaning, if you can create a free or a very low cost, minimum viable product that you can start putting in the hands of customers, that's a win. The last piece, charge. So now you've done the work. You've defined who the customer is and all the elements that go with it. You've done the validation work. You know how much something costs, and heck, you may have already even started to build it. You've created and tested an MVP in a perfect world. And now you take what you've learned, you take those case studies, you take the value, and you start to actually convert. When I'm working on an MVP, I don't charge the early customers because I care more about feedback than I do about cash. And I know if I have a bunch of successful case studies, the ability for me to sell the next person and have them pay cash, it goes up 100-fold.